Hi, this is Patrick Stirk. I'm the Associate Athletics Director for Compliance, Business Operations, and Administration at UNC Pembroke, and you're watching the Black and Gold Report on WFXB.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report, a show all about UNC Pembroke athletics. I'm Jenna Davison, and today on the show we're going to be talking with Athletics Director Dick Christy, and on the second half of the program we're going to be talking men's soccer with head coach Phil Heinsohn. But first, welcome to the show for your first time here.
Thank you, Jenna. Excited to be here.
Good deal. A lot of people have gotten the chance to know you over the past 4 to 5 months, but for those who don't already know you, tell us about your background a little bit and how you got involved in athletics administration.
Sure. Started out as a student athlete and always was interested in sport management and had the opportunity to start my career at NC State. Spent 13 great years there and had the chance to learn under some great mentors. I worked for some great ADs, working with Les Robinson, who was at the Citadel and NC State, working with Debbie Yao here most recently, working with Lee Fowler, who's now at USC Upstate, Charlie Cobb, who's a fantastic athletic director at Appalachian State, and as an undergrad getting to work for Steve Poston at Wingate University. So a lot of great mentors, and just kind of led me down the road where I knew college athletics was where I wanted to be.
I couldn't be more proud or energized to be a Brave and to be joining the Pembroke family. Great accomplishments are not going to come easy. We have a lot of hard work ahead of us, and you cannot achieve great things without a fantastic team. Make no mistake about it, Dan Kenny has assembled a fantastic team here, and I'm so happy to be joining them. This transition in leadership, as I mentioned, it's going to be less about me and more about them. It can't be about me. It takes way more than one person in order to get to where we want to get to and to achieve the goals that we want to achieve. It's going to be about all of us coming together and communicating our mission as broadly as possible. The overarching mission for all of our athletics operation is going to be to provide a championship experience to all of our constituents.
Well, for those who weren't involved in your interview process, what attracted you to UNCP? And with that, what solidified your decision as this is where you wanted to be in your next step in your career?
Right. Well, as a Division II student athlete, I knew that to run my own program, I wanted to have a similar experience to that I had as a student athlete. And UNCP was a great fit. I was familiar with the UNC system, and knowing Dan Kenny for about the last 8 years, Dan really, his character, his integrity, I knew that the department would be in great health. So it was a great fit for me.
Well, in the whirlwind of your interview process, you may have learned some things here and there about UNCP. But now that you've been here, what would you say our strengths are of not only the athletic department, but of the university as a whole?
Sure. Number one is Chancellor Carter's vision. He's done great things for this institution, and I've just thoroughly enjoyed the last 5 months working for him. He has a great touch as a leader and is really engaged with the students. So it's easy to see his impact all over this campus, and the chance to work closely with our student athletes and kind of extend that vision has been a lot of fun.
Well, in the first question you answered, you said that you were a student athlete at Wingate. What was your experience like there, and what did you learn as a Bulldog that you hope to pass on to student athletes here at UNCP?
Yeah, I tell our athletes all the time, they are people of great God-given talent, and with that comes a lot of responsibility. So, we try and tell them to be active in the community and make sure that they're doing the most with what's been given to them. Secondly, we are a Division II athletic department, and my experience as a student athlete, resources are tight. You don't exactly travel to 5-star hotels. So the experience is really what you make of it, and it's the relationships that you develop with your coaches and with your teammates. So I want them to make the most of the experience they have in front of them, so it can turn them into a successful adult.
Well, we're going to break down this next question into 2 parts and talk about your goals for UNCP athletics. First, what are some of your immediate goals? And second, what have you honed in on that you can accomplish in the first year, your first couple of years in Pembroke?
Yeah, immediate goals were obviously to listen, to try and listen well and learn the culture in the community, and to continue the culture of integrity and excellence that's already here. So to make sure that I could assimilate. And then secondly, we've got a strategic plan on the horizon, and to really make sure that we can provide a championship experience for our student athletes. We want every one of them to leave here knowing that they've developed as an adult and can go on and be successful in the real world.
Well, right now, and right off the bat, you were able to showcase UNC Pembroke as well as the athletics department on the national stage with the broadcast of the football team's season opener against Winston-Salem State. What do events like that do for the university, not only for exposure, but also as it pertains to the recruiting process?
It's invaluable. You mentioned, it would have been nice to kind of ease into my tenure and have a low-profile football game, but we really could not have asked for a better stage. We had essentially a 3-hour national commercial talking about all the great things at UNC Pembroke. So it was fantastic. Winston-Salem State, they were great guests, and we just had an electric environment that night. I think everybody saw what we can offer here on a Saturday. Well, it's a Thursday night, but on a typical Saturday for football.
It was a great win for the team, especially getting that season opener win against
Absolutely.
Winston-Salem State. But we're going to take our first commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to continue talking to Athletics Director Dick Christy, so stay tuned.
At the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, our student athletes find balance between their academic and athletic activities. With graduation rates higher than the national average, our athletes excel in academics and have won the Peach Belt Conference President's Academic Award twice in the last 4 years. Since 2009, 43 athletes have been named NCAA All-Americans, and last year, 40 made All-Conference. Catch their winning spirit and support the Braves.
Now that the 2013 season is underway, we want to see you here for our next home games at Grace P. Johnson Stadium and on our campus. You'll want to be here in person, though, to see hits like this and touchdown passes like this and celebrations like this.